Now a party election broadcast by the Socialist Labour Party.
You alright, kid? Alright.
I think socialism will never be established in Britain until a fashionable young man planks himself down in a barber's chair and says, give me another Scargill.
How did you say it?
That's Harpal, Amanda, Katrina from Greenham Common.
Oh, hello.
She's been in prison longer than you.
Yeah.
When you spoke in Durham last year, the effect that your speaking had on that audience was electric. They were seeing Ricky, whom they admire as a tremendous actor on television, but they were seeing him in his role as a lad who'd been victimised in the builders' dispute, who'd been in prison and gone to prison for his principles.
They'll obviously change the way I am, the way I think, the way my politics are, and I've never forgot the kindness shown by the miners and the working class in general, sort of thing. Who are you going to vote for in the general election? Or maybe you're not going to vote at all. You might feel, with some justification, that there's no real difference between the main political parties. I've noticed a change a very subtle change in New Labour. In Liverpool, most of the Labour MPs were ordinary working class guys. Eric Heffer was a joiner on the sites before he come, and that's all gone.
We've got 1.6 million people waiting for an operation now, and when Labour came into power, we've got 1 million. That's an enormous increase.
Absolutely.
Bearing in mind that there's 10% on the waiting list dying each year waiting.
This government has spent less on health than the Tories did, whilst hospital closures and health cutbacks have continued unabated. Our health service was once regarded as the best in the world. To regain that position requires immediate additional expenditure of £15 billion per year, a cost easily met by cutting Britain's defence budget by 2/3.
What about this guy you put up in Jerry Birmingham's seat in St Helens? What's his name? The guy who defected from the Tories recently?
Woodward?
Sean, yeah. High unemployment, really deprived area. This guy's a multi-millionaire, isn't he? Now he'll have a lot in common with the people of St Helens, won't he?
New Labour has simply continued to operate the Tories' policy on education. In 4 years, nothing has been done to give practical help to students, teachers, and all who work in the education system. Britain needs an education system that meets the requirements of all working class children, including those from ethnic minorities and students with disabilities. Student grants must be restored, and the iniquitous student loan system must be abolished.
The only way to correct the injustice to Britain's pensioners is to restore the link between pensions and average wages, which the Tories took away in 1979. New Labour originally promised to restore the link, but once in government have refused to do so. If the link had been maintained, a single pensioner today would be £30 a week better off, whilst a couple would receive £48 per week more. The Socialist Labour Party is committed to restoring the pensions link. The cost of giving justice for pensioners could easily be met if Britain simply withdrew from the European Union.
Every one of the bosses has had their nose in this trough.
We have seen industry after industry privatised, first by the Tories and then by New Labour. In turn, we've seen these industries implement savage cutbacks, throwing thousands out of work, the latest casualties being in the car and steel industries. It's no wonder that a majority of people now want to see all these industries, particularly transport, taken back into public ownership. The Socialist Labour Party has both the policies and the vision to achieve this goal, and at the same time to deal with homelessness, racism, ignorance, intolerance, and injustice.
So, there is an alternative. You have a chance in this election to vote for a party with real socialist policies. I urge you to vote on the 7th of June for the Socialist Labour Party.
That was a party election broadcast by the Socialist Labour Party.
Some people will promise anything in the name of seduction. See for yourself in Love Crimes.